So the other day, my friend invited me to go to with him, and after we had finished eating, he proposed an idea to me that I feel I would like to share with you. It was tactical umbrellas. So envision millions of soldiers descending from a cliff, Mary Poppins style, umbrellas in hand. Mary Poppins' existence should not have put a stop to the expansion of this concept. I don't care if some frickin' nanny did it first, because it's still a great idea, and she had it right, so I don't think that her taking this idea should necessarily put a stop to other people's enjoyment. Imagine using them as shields, too. You could hold them like... And then you could also use them as automatic weapons, and it'd be like... And you'd just be able to shoot down all of the other soldiers with your umbrellas. And you could maybe, like, spin them really fast if you wanted to ascend upward, you know? And you could also flip them over in rivers and use them as a type of raft. And that would be so awesome because... multi-tools. There are so many things you could use a tactical umbrella for. So many. And we stopped because Mary Poppins did it first. We stopped expanding upon this idea. I feel like people always either overestimate or underestimate bees. So hear me out. The majority of responses I've seen to bees have gone one of two ways. One, the person tries to fight the bee. The person tries to engage the bee in combat. And this usually doesn't go over well in any case. I haven't seen anyone get stung actively, and I haven't been stung myself. But at the same time, I feel as though it's common sense not to just start fist fighting an insect that can sting you. The other way I see this going is for the person to cower in fear. I've seen people get up and run from the bees. I've seen people, this position, I've seen that. That is something I've seen. And it makes me wonder, you're just making it angry. You're aggravating the insect. You have to hold still. But nobody seems to understand this. The other day, on the same trip to with my friend, this is where this is coming from, I saw these two people with their sodas, right? And the bees were attracted to the sodas, so they were buzzing around and causing issues. The one gets up first and just walks away. That's it for the sodas, they're done. It's not worth it because this insect is just too overpowering. And then the other one kind of tried to get the drink back, but would always just go the minute the bee flew toward her hand. So I see this happening, I walk over and I ask, okay, do you want these sodas? Do you want them? Because I can get them for you. And they go, yeah. So I grab them, I give them their sodas, and they grab them, they take a sip from their sodas, and then they just walk away. No thank you. Like, I get that I went out of my way to do something nice and should not expect thanks in return. But at the same time, that felt cold. I don't care. That was disrespectful. I risked my life. I put myself on the line to save their sodas from these insects, and they had nothing to say about it. I don't know. That feels wrong. That feels wrong to me. Okay, so Amelia Earhart has to be my absolute favorite historical figure at the moment. That could change. I remember I had a Helen Keller phase in elementary school at one point, apparently, because I just know all of these random facts about her. But still, at the same time, I think I read a book on her once. But Amelia Earhart. So this lady, this is why, okay? So Eleanor Roosevelt had invited Amelia Earhart to the White House for some sort of dinner, and they basically just said, this is boring, want to go fly to Baltimore together. It's so cool. It was such a cool, iconic moment. These people left the White House dinner because they were bored to go fly to Baltimore. They got on a rental plane, and apparently at some point Eleanor flew the plane, and it was all cool. But can you just imagine how Franklin Roosevelt felt after realizing that his wife left the royal dinner just to go fly a plane with Amelia Earhart? It's unfathomable. That's why she's my favorite. So recently I learned about what farmersonly.com is. Like, I always knew the jingle. I always kind of knew it was there, but I never knew what the purpose of it was until this point. So apparently it's a dating app exclusively intended for farmers and other off-the-grid types. And I have a few questions. Like, how do the farmers decide, if both of them, own farms, how do they decide who leaves their farm to go move in with the other person? And also, what is the main demographic of this website? Are there actually, like, thousands of farmers online right now trying to farm love on farmersonly.com? I think my favorite early elementary school memory has to be the time I led an entire fictional organization whose main goal was to defend the world from a bunch of man-eating snakes. Not pythons or gardener snakes or any kind of, household death worm, but these snakes would be best described as resembling a strip of paper. Imagine a moving, small strip of paper, and that's what these things were, and apparently they were deadly. I genuinely believed for a year in these things because I swear that I saw one underneath the teacher's desk. I don't really know exactly what it actually was. I'm thinking maybe it was a strip of paper being blown by a fan or something along those lines. But I believed with all of my heart in these things. The next year, not so much. It was more, it was more of a role play kind of thing going on. But apparently, one of my friends believed in it as heavily as I did the first year. And I gave her nightmares about man-eating paper snakes